ever since I've had that kind of year off of all of this from my whole neurological scrambling that was going on, where I couldn't play or sing or do anything like that, and then the subsequent repairing of that and rebuild, I am not a ballsy individual. I have actually realized this. The mind writes checks that the body and the spirit can't cash, because we went and saw Ramadan, and I know people that know him, and I could have literally gotten into a conversation with him and be like, hey, you and I actually talked on Twitter about Pro Tools and you actually hated it and whatever. It would have been an interesting conversation. But my body just went pussed out. My body just turned around and went the other way. And I literally could see it in my mind. Like when I was in Nashville, even though I didn't know what to expect, or maybe I felt awkward or whatever, I had enough sense where I was like, I belong here. Sorta, and so now there's always this sense of unabashed unbelonging where you're like, dude, I can't even, no, I would love to, this would be so great. But this was where I was at the venue and we were walking out and he was talking to people and signing. And this is even worse. This happened again at the Andrew Peterson Behold the Lamb of God tour, which is not a metal band. I'm sorry. They are folk.
Unfortunately, the drummer from Lamb of God had like a neurological thing. He had to leave the band, I guess.
Oh, wow. I love that fucking band. His name is. So Andrew Peterson's Behold the Lamb of God, there were people on that stage whom I've met through acquaintances. I'm fans of all of their music because of XYZ, and I've been to this person's house. And they were fucking tearing down. These are people who are real rock stars, okay? These guys are like, we're talking the upper echelon of Christian music. And they're rapping cables, talking to people in this church. Just like a regular gig, right? And the thing is like, I could have literally gone up to these individuals and said, hey, I am Kevin Reeves. You invited me into your house, because Julie Sparks wanted to show you this thing that we recorded, and we talked to your kids and you recommended this Ben Shive record, and Ben Shive was actually there. These are my fucking heroes. I couldn't even go talk to my damn heroes, dude. Like, that's how bad it is. I can't even talk to my heroes. I fucking turned tail quicker than you could say anything. And I was like, bam. I didn't even want to leave. I was like, I want to go see them. But I've
had moments like that. I'm not going to say I'm like ballsy all the time. I've absolutely had those moments, like probably more so than you realize.
It's like this whole bottom of the barrel feeling neurologically, and then repair, and then this subsequent, like, I'm literally cleaning out a mental health closet. And I'm going to tell you, when you start to go through this kind of stuff, it doesn't always get better. It gets worse before it gets better. Because when you open a closet like that, the whole thing comes tumbling out. And as I've been going through this whole repair of like figuring out where I fit, a bunch of crazy shit is tumbling out, and it's literally disrupted the trajectory of certain things that I do. So now I'm at a place where I can't even make the decision, for whatever reason, to walk up and do a thing where I belong in that space. But something has rattled me so hard. I am in my own way, and I'm seeing it happen. I'm literally watching it, and I'm like, I can't even fucking turn around and go over there. And probably, I would imagine that even if I had done that, the second after I shook some hands and was talking to Jill Phillips and Andy Gullahorn and Ben Shive and hopefully Andrew Peterson, to be able to say, I loved your book, and we're not fanboying out. We're literally like talking about someone's art, right? And I would probably have felt great. I literally could not do it. I don't understand. I think I will at some point. So what I tend to do behind this microphone is document this process. There are things that we are missing out on because we are somehow trapped in some kind of car fire of our own making, in a way that we've allowed certain things to program us to feel a certain way. We are trapped, right? It's a fire.
Saying that's a universal experience is what you're suggesting?
I'm just saying that for me, in my space, there are parts of my life where it's almost like a car fire. When you think about like how I'm really not doing well with understanding where I fit as an entertainer, trying to figure out what I'm letting go of and what I'm taking hold of, all of these things which causes turbulence, right? So it feels like a car fire. And so my goal is if I can figure this out and start documenting this shit, and I'm working on a song that will not be chat GPT'd, it will be written. The hook is kind of like, when I make it through this fire, I'm coming back with the water. Because that's what we have to do, right? We don't make it through the fire and then fucking sell somebody a $1,000 course. We literally make it through this thing, whatever it is, and we say, I figured out the ammo, and you go back through it and find these people and say, hey, look, I did this.
I'm not a Buddhist, but I think there's some really dope stuff.
Agreed.
In Buddhism. And if we have any Buddhists listening, correct me on the concept, but there's this idea of the bodhisattva, right? Like the idea that Buddhahood is a thing that everyone can achieve after you've gone through the process of however many lifetimes or like cosmic things teaching you, pruning you, or whatever that you get to the point where you ascend to nirvana. But then there's the idea of the bodhisattva that forgoes that full enlightenment and reintegration into whatever in order to help other people figure it out.
Yep.
You don't just fucking go and handle your stuff and everybody's on their own. It's this concept of these enlightened beings that might otherwise, they'll reach out and help other people out.
I'm coming back with the fire, or with the water. I'm straight up coming. I'm going to make it worse. I'm going to make it
Bring
worse.
the fire, Kev. Fire to a
Holy
fire.
crap. No, we're coming back with the water. I got to figure this out. Want to hear these crazy conversations live? Then join us every Sunday night at 6 p.m. Eastern for Sonic Synergy. All links to the live stream and show archives are in the description. Smack like and subscribe to this channel to be kept in the loop on all of our crazy and thought-provoking conversations. Powered by HKCRadio.com. If you are experiencing mental health struggles, please, please, please reach out to someone around you.